Hello, everybody. My name is Adam Leafclade05 or Leafclade05. Today I'll be showing my Mercy build. Um, Typically, when I play Mercy in Stadium, my first power, I usually have two Mercy builds: a full-on pocket build or a full-on res build. I'll be introducing my Mercy res build. I go for Threads of Fate, first round, with Compensator, Weapon Grease, and Armor Vest. Typically, this is going to earn you the most money in a stadium game for round 1. Try to stay alive, try to earn as much money as you can. Pocketing, power damage boosting is great, but the more healing output you have, the more money you'll get.
Here to help. The stars align.
I can pocket 2 people at once, you know.
My duty is being
Start
done.
off for round 1.
There was this white light.
And then when we move on to round 2, right here, you can choose either Whambulance or Triage Unit. I typically go for Triage Unit first because of the additional healing bonus you gain. And then I'll upgrade my weapons to, if I earn enough money, I'll typically buy a survival item. And these items like aerodynamic feathers, angel leisure wear, or ironclad exhaust ports are all good. I'll choose one. And then I'll move on to weapons. The best one is talent modification modules for the 15% weapon power. If you can't buy that, buy icy coolant for the 10% weapon power and 5% cooldown reduction. You could get both of these if you want me to. You can sell both your greens for aftermarket firing pins if you have enough cash. So see, this cash right here is about 20,000. If you could buy all these stuff if needed. You could sell armor vest and angel leisure. If you don't choose angel leisure or any of Mercy's items, you could always buy the vitality for the armor, and then buy some greens like compensator and weapon grease. A little expensive, but you know, depending on how much you earn in the match, will benefit you. Okay.
Right
So
by you.
for how to explain? Triage unit. Just do the effect. So you could heal the guy teammate. It gives them that little green bar on the HP. So they're getting 25% more healing from you.
Be healed instant.
Round 4, when you get your third perk, I go for Whambulance. You know, you can take any of these in any order that you want. Just a heads up, like you could go for Whambulance and then Triage Unit, or Threads of Fate and Whambulance. But all these 3 are typically like the first 4 rounds that you need to go for. I would sell all my items once I get Whambulance. I will go into ability and buy Angelic Acrobats, which will reduce your cooldown reduction of your GA as soon as you jump or crouch. I would go for Blessed Boosters, so that whenever I launch myself, like the bunny hops, or fly straight up, it will increase the launch velocity by 25%. And then this will be 20 20,000, you should have roughly about 38 to 40 thousand cash. I would typically go for icy coolant for the weapon power because your mercy's healing is based on scales on how much weapon power you have. Mercy's attack speed scales on the speed, the speed rate of your healing. So how fast you heal, and then how much you heal. So weapon power is how much you heal. Attack speed is how fast you heal. Both kind of the same thing. Um, but for usually it will be icy coolant, and then I'll buy multi tool, which it grants 10% ability power and 5% cooldown reduction. And then I would go for a survival item, buy aerodynamics or angel leisure. If not, I'll buy vitality. But personally, I think buying vitality is kind of a waste. I would much rather have armored vest so I can keep the additional money, the additional cash, and buy items such as numerical fusion drive, which grants 50% armor, 50 armor, 15% ability power, and then using gadget or ability will restore 50 armor or shields for over 3 seconds. This is roughly how much, like, what you should have as your item set. So
What happened to you?
If you look at the bottom corner, my GA icon is automatically at 1, so I can just constantly spam my ability.
Supplying damage increase.
And then my launch velocity is much
Let me see
bigger.
what I can do.
So I can launch straight up in the air, very, very high.
I'm at the height of my performance.
Do
I have to?
Let me talk real quick.
You call it?
Now with that, this build is really, really good
celestial
to
healing.
solve the point, to protect your teammates. Great sustain, because it kind of initiates you to play a little not aggressive, but I guess you could say more risky, in lack of a better word.
You really need treatment.
It kind of forces you to engage in the team fight a little, kind of risking your life, but all in the hands of actually like keeping your teammates alive, stalling the point, keeping payload, and just getting
Time to connect the dots.
Getting my ultimate
Need some
pretty
assistance?
fast by round 4. And I can heal 2 people at once if I need to. So, for example, because I already have connected 2 links. So if you see the Threads of Fate, you're linking to 2 people. I can look at one teammate, fight them, and heal them as well.
A blissful boost.
So this build kind of keeps the whole entire team alive, keeping you alive and them alive. The other support can keep you alive. If you got the other 2 teammates handled, if you got tank and the both DPS is handled, then the only thing to keep you alive is to rely on the other support.
Top condition. Do
But,
I have to?
Majority of the time, Mercy is to swap on and off with your teammates. I don't damage boost as
Boosting your
much
damage.
as a typical Mercy player, just because
This will help you.
I like damage boosting. It's just that I don't
I am
need
here
it
to support.
I don't need to use it quite as often, just because I see this all the time. I would rather much get my ultimate and then damage boost from there.
What
Because
happened to you?
an ultimate
I
can
am
change
fully
the course of how the game proceeds. So if you're gonna ult to save the point, if you're gonna
Do
ult to
I
get everybody
have
alive,
to?
if you're gonna ult to get to
You
point,
call it?
Mercy is great for that. Like the damage boosting is great, but
Delivering
you don't have to
celestial healing.
constantly use it all the time. You can flick it
I'm on fire.
and then flick off damage boost and on damage boost. because the damage boost buff will linger for I think like an additional 2 seconds,
How
so you
are
don't
you
have to
still
like worry as
moving?
much. You could just constantly fly, get ult charge.
Ascending to you.
Then you move on to round 5. Oh, all of these can be like achieved by round 3 and 4. I apologize. Round 5, you should sell all your blue items and your armored vest, and then you should have about 50,000 cash like total. So you should be gaining. You should have like an additional 1,000, 10,000 k that you gain from that match. I would buy either I would buy Highlight Accelerator or buy Iridescent Iris for the cooldown reduction and for the additional 20% ability power from Iridescent Iris, or the 10% weapon power, 10% cooldown reduction by Highlight Accelerator. This is typically used. I use this all the time. These two items because of the cooldown reduction and the value of the items that gives you. You every time you use an ability, you will gain 5% weapon power for 3 seconds, stacking up to 3 times. So you will get 15 total. So I won't just have 10, I will have 25 ability power. And if I stack it up with Iridescent Iris, I automatically have Iridescent Iris weapon power. I could boost that weapon power up by going for Champion's Kit, or go for a more utility item like Resurrection Rangefinder, which will increase my resurrection range and gives me additional cooldown. But um, I usually save I usually get Champion's Kit if I could. If not, probably something like Amari's Antidote or Caduceus X, all for the additional weapon power and the range, or additional healing.
Here to assist.
Right here. Any more?
Time to connect the dots.
Constant
Right by
flying.
you.
Pretty annoying as a Mercy character.
My duty is being done. Your
So
divine
round 6
support
is where
has
it really
arrived.
comes to the user who plays Mercy. Typically, how I would play Mercy is I would, based on like how the team goes and how the enemy team like plays, the game plays of both teams. There are usually 5 options for you. Um, this goes for any any player who plays Mercy, who mains Mercy, or just want to like know what like builds for Mercy to play. Distortion is great. Distortion, power boosting allies will gain 20% lifesteal. This item is great, or this power is great. I recommend using Chain Evoker in the survival section, 10,000 cash, because you'll be majority of the time be power boosting throughout the match, and your power boost does not benefit from weapon power or attack speed. Only your healing does. So the additional 5% Caduceus damage boost, Mercy's Mercy's damage boost is I think roughly 30%. So an additional 5%, that'll be 35. She'll also gain 15% more ult charge from damage boosting. So that's more than like she'll get more ults per game. And it gives you 50 health. Fairly cheap. Like these items may be expensive, but with playing Mercy, fairly easy character.
Let me see
Maybe
what
a
I
bit
can
harder
do.
to learn for those who are like kind of playing Mercy for the first time. But this build
You called?
is a
Do I have
generic
to?
build. I'm just showing off like how I would do my own personal kick into it, a lot of mercies
Need
use
some assistance?
the 3 powers I have, which is Slice of Fate, Triage Unit, the Whambulance. Distortion is optional. If you want to go for Protective Beam, which if they're above 80% HP or 80% HP, they gain a 10% damage reduction. I would go for probably more of a probably Amari's Antidote to keep them alive, to constantly have that
I'll make sure that doesn't scar.
that damage reduction up at all times.
Ascending to you.
It kind of enforces you to pocket when like not necessary, but
Be uplifted.
it's great to stall point. It's great to sustain on
I'm here to
keep
help.
yourself and your teammates alive.
Do I have to?
See that? Like, not much
Checking
happening,
in.
but if you pocket these two, they won't take as much damage compared to if I don't. At least 1 bar.
This will just take a moment.
The other power is Serenity. Serenity heals 10% more, and it heals you while pocketing a full HP ally. So this is good. Like Protective Beam, but it's for teammates. Serenity is for yourself. So going items like Amari's Antidote still, or Eye of the Spider, the Closure, or going for a Champion's Kit,
Improving your vitals.
you will be able to stall point more. Kind of just keeps you alive at all times. You know,
Right
if
by
you're gonna go
you.
for a risky res, and then get out of there. I mean, it will be healing.
I'm at the
You'll
height
be
of my
passively healing
performance.
yourself.
Time to connect the dots.
So if you're like 1 HP, but your tank is still alive with 4 HP, you will be healing yourself 10% more. With your including with your constant
Here to help.
cooldown reductions, keeping your shield
Let me
up
see what I can do.
with Mimic or Fusion, you won't get any closer to dying. The last two is pretty good. I use them majority of the time. I typically use Renaissance, which after resurrecting, I will gain I'll activate Valk for 5 seconds.
I'll make sure that doesn't scar.
Let me go over here real quick.
I'm here to support.
When I res,
I'm on fire.
it's constantly annoys
Where was
the team by
There was this
you pocketing
light.
everyone, because
White
Valk can
light.
connect to everyone, but it gives
This
you
will help you.
mobility. Usually for this power, I would go for the rangefinder. Any res, I'll go for rangefinder.
Heightening your
I
capabilities.
do lack in my stats do lack a bit. It's not as much as like you wish for it, but
You really need treatment.
it is good enough for you to actually
I am fully focused.
stay in a
I'm
fight
Dinah Zeiter.
in battle, because
There was
this
this
build you're
light.
typically relying on how much ability power you have. So I don't have to go
Enhancing your
for
strength.
for me, I don't have to go for Iridescent Iris. I could just go straight for Numeric Champion's Kit.
Let me tend to that.
Because I already have Angelic Acrobats on, so I don't need cooldowns
Ascending
as
to
much.
you.
I can just res, get out of there,
My duty is being done.
and then I can just kill more people with my ability
Let
power.
me take a look.
White light.
Full health. Right here. I can just fly. Pick up.
Checking
bit.
in. This
You
will
can
just take a
like,
moment.
with using all your powers onto one ally will keep them up to probably 4 HP.
I'm on fire.
If you
I am
constantly spam it.
empowering you.
This build is just usually for
Let me tend to
survivability, sustain,
Right.
and to
Right.
annoy the
Right.
team, annoy the enemy team. With
Here
your
to help.
constant flying, constant regeneration, constant pocketing,
Time to connect the dots.
getting ult pretty fast. The other power, first responder, when you resurrect an ally, they gain 250 over health for 6 seconds based on how much weapon power, not weapon power,
You call
I'm
it?
sorry, how much ability power you have. So right here, if I res, they
I
gain
am
about
fully focused.
roughly
Where was I? There was this light.
like
Light.
300 over health.
You don't look good at all.
So like in case of like you like if the team is truly
I am
struggling
here to support.
and you need to stall the point and you don't have anybody to go to, but an ally dies on point, you can just resurrect them mid-air,
You need urgent care.
stay alive,
Where was I?
keep them
Do
alive,
I have to?
because
Damage
you
intensified.
should be able to get ult as fast as you can when you resurrect them. That'll
Right
be
by you.
all of my items and powers for this build. This build is a pocket build, typically. So for the last item, it's up to you. You can go for Supply Surge or Serenity, Protective Beam, Distortion, First Responder, or Renaissance. But these first three are the builds that I go for with a little bit of some changes in items. I don't go for the generic weapon power items such as Closure, Eye of the Spider, Amari's Antidote, Boosted Jets, or Kid's ESX. I go for I lean into a ability power build because that's when I'll be most effective and most annoying. But you could do however items you want. Typically, these would be just my picks, my top picks, which is um, angelic acrobats, blessed boosters, numeric fusion, champions kit, iridescent iris, and highlight accelerator. If you cannot get one of the items such as Mark of the Kitsune is great. Um, Resurrection rangefinder is great. Amari's antidote are good for weapon power users, booster jets, Eye of the Spider, and closure. Survival items, if you want to lean into more survivability, Chain Evoker is a great item for Mercy with Crusaders, Hydraulics, or Gundam Reduction Field. Nebulous Conduit is great. I don't lean into some of the other ones. The Martian Mender is great. Yeah, so typically you can go for whatever build or items you want, just as long as you have blessed boosters and angelic acrobatics for this build with Desert Fate, Triage Unit, and Whambulance, you can conquer the game fairly easy.
Ascending to you.
And that'll be all for my Mercy build for this. Thank you so much for listening and watching this. I apologize. This is my first voiceover video that I'm doing. I want to say thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you wish. If you have any other questions, let me know. Thank you.